Okay.
There we go.
Springtime.
That's a pretty red mill fish.
Red mill fish. Look at us.
Loaded with eggs.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray. I'm here with Kurt. Delaware Valley Outdoors. Stay tuned. I think it's going to be a big one. Woo! Son, that's a nice one.
Yes, it is. On the spinnerbait. Get too close to them to show up.
Here he comes.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice one. Look at that. Look how big that is.
They still hit along the bluff. Nice fish.
That's beautiful. Look at the color and everything on it.
Here, just caught this one on a crayfish colored rattle trap. Orange, that's been a good color for us recently. We're down here still at Red Mill. This is a this is a pig of a fish for sure.
Not a lot of them, but we've got two nice ones like this.
Yeah, this is the size of fish when you get out with this early spring that you can expect to catch. See the size of those, their bellies on them, a lot of eggs. This is what we're catching this time of year. Good 5 and 6 pound plus fish.
Yeah.
I brought the rattle trap right by it and he hit it, but they're all,
nice.
The last two have hit right off of the roots. Oh, there she goes. I'll slow right down into the roots of the king. About 6 inches. So the fish that we're hitting in at the shore and in on shallow structure, they've completely abandoned that structure. So what we decided to do was move offshore into deeper water, and sure enough, right here it produced a nice bass. This one weighs almost 5 pounds because of the eggs. Here she'll swim away. There she goes. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what's happened. We haven't changed baits, but like you might have heard me say, what's happened, we were here 2 days ago. The water was, I'd say, about 1.5 feet lower than it normally is anyway. Now, 2 days later, we come back, and they've dropped it another 6 inches, making our water we were catching them in that was about 1.5 feet. Now it's almost less than a foot. The fish just don't seem to be in it. So what we're just beginning to do is to move offshore, work the mouths of the coves that the fish were in the last time we were here, and right away it produced that fish. So hopefully we figured out the pattern and we'll show you a few more.
Terminator spinner baits, crankbaits, and some Senkos.
Neither one of us have ever fished this lake. Today what we're gonna do today is show you how you catch bass in the springtime on a lake that you've never been to. First thing we're doing, I'm driving around the whole perimeter of the lake. We've never seen it. We're looking at the depth. We're looking at different water temperatures already. It was 48 down there, now we're into 50-degree water. So we're going to look at depth, water temperature. We're looking obviously for visual cover, things, good spots we see. Here we got a point, and then what we'll do is make a decision and we'll work it. And every time we catch a fish, we'll let you know where we caught it, when we caught it, and on what. So we'll see what we can do today. Hopefully we'll prove to you that you can go to any lake there is and catch fish. That one's the first one that's of any relevant size that came out of wood. Now, it is wood that's up here with all the lily pads, but just a little stretch of bank, show them right here, that's a little barren. No pads, just some sticks, and I threw it right in the wood, and he came out of it, out of the next log down, and I bet if I went back, I could get one out of the other log. These are smaller fish.
That's the males.
They're the males that are waiting in there for the females that are out in the lily pads. Terminator spinnerbait, chartreuse and white. His is golden shiner. Mine has Oklahoma blades, which are a round blade. He's using the willow leaf blades, which is a little bit, gives a little more flash, not quite as much vibration. Idea is to work the bait as erratic as you can. Throw it out in the lily pads, kind of shake it, twitch it, then stop it, let it fall, let it flutter down a little bit, and then pick it up again and pull and real fast. Just anything to make it look erratic.
Loaded with food. Feels like there's eggs in that too. That's a female.
Moto Ica. It's their version of a tube, but the only thing that makes it different is, again, the salt content, like all Gary Yamamoto baits. Plus it has a really fat head. It almost looks like a Senko, but then it turns into a skirted tail, and I'm using one of the new Lake Fork Tackle tungsten weights, which are a great weight to flip plastics with. Just sassafras.
We went right back into the docks again. We pulled 3 of them out of here, almost the same size.
This is my 4th bass. All of them were over 3 pounds, and obviously this is the biggest so far at about 5.
Yeah, that's 5 1/4 even because of the weight of it now.
Yes, it is.
So
I fish limit to about 15 pounds now. I got a 5-pounder, 3 3-pounders, and then this one on them. It's, you know, just a tube. It's a Yamamoto tube. It's called the Ica.
It's like a Senko with a tail.
Weight, slip weight. Tungsten. Take the bait. The fish are actually holding on these pylons that are on the docks. What they do is get behind them when the current picks up. They sit right behind the pylon because they can get out of the current there. It's like, forms like an eddy, like you have in some stream. Take the bait and you put it right next to it. Let it sink, kind of lift it, shake it a few times. If they don't hit it within a first couple shakes, bring it right back in, flip it in on the other side.
There we go.
First week of March, red meal, been fishing all day with rattle traps, crankbaits, and spinnerbaits. Really had a tough time, really couldn't catch anything. Had one small fish. I put on my new Berkley Gulp sinking minnow on my 30-pound Stren super braid, flipped it into the thickest wood we could find here, and
Let's see the fish up close.
nice
Take a look
egg sac.
at belly and stuff. Now let.
Look at the size of that.
Oh yeah, boy, that's nice. Oh yeah, came right out of here, right in front of us.
Further back into the same creek here at Red Mill, and got to the back, got a little too shallow, so we turned around and started to get back out. Waited out, and then the sun gets up in the air high around noon, starts to heat these shallows up where the water's a little bit muddier, and it gets it up into the low 50s, and same bass that wouldn't hit a darn thing in the morning start to pound your spinnerbait. Still want to use more of your rounder blades to give you much more vibration. Early in the year, you don't want to go with your willows. You want to use an Oklahoma, Colorado, even in Indiana. Get that thump. The vibration is the biggest thing this time of year. As it gets warmer, that's when your flash and your speed of the bait start to become the more important thing. But early in the year, vibration is definitely the key. Slowly reel it around any wood, and don't be afraid to fish shallow. I mean, for 50-degree water temperature, most guys are out working jigging spoons, jigs on the bottom, real slow in the deeper water. I mean, these last 2 fish, all 3 of the big fish you've seen today that we caught were all in 2 feet or less, some of them as little as 12 inches. So.
We started out in the deeper water off the mouths.
And that's always a good thing to do. You may want to start out there, but don't lock yourself into that. Some guys fish the deep water, and if they don't, that's where they think that's the only place they'll try. I mean, experiment. Sometimes those fish will surprise you.